Hello, America. Chris Brown here. I just got to send this emergency broadcast. I've seen some stuff on Twitter that just makes me angry. I know a lot of stuff is politicized about the immigration. Democrats are using it uh, as a disgusting lever against citizens' emotions and our compassion for others. They're trying to get their political agenda through by using these poor immigrants as a battering ram. But what I need to discuss, and we got to discuss this right now, I'm going to let it run a little longer before we get to the meat of it, see if maybe we can get one or two people to come on with us. But the crux of the matter is that uh, the local police chief, beat cop, captain in Aurora, Colorado, ignored these Mexicans invading the ICE building. The state police, the highway patrol, the FBI, their local National Guard, the Army unit stationed there, even the Prison Guards Association ignored these invaders ripping the American flag down and running up the Mexican flag on the building. Now, people, this is a problem. This is a problem because we pay taxes to these people to protect us. So if this mob comes to our house, our neighborhood, to take down our flag, that means what? The highway patrol, the FBI, my local sheriff, and my local police, independent police department, they're not going to respond. And then I fear, what's their reaction going to be when I respond to defend myself? How is that going to play? Well, Mr. Brown, you're supposed to let them people just take your flag down and kick your front door in, make a sandwich, and change your TV channel. That's just the way it is. We're not going to protect you, and you ain't supposed to protect yourself either. Is that what's going on? American people, are you freaking listening to me? They let these people rip the flag down, run their own flag up. What do they call it? Tore up the American flag, spray painted, and put it back up upside down. And, you know, some people are getting upset about it on Twitter, but not enough. Not enough people in the nation. Every single American citizen, all of you, everybody, all of us, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians, even the freaking Communist Party, ought to be upset by the fact that someone flew the Mexican flag, removed our flag, flew it up over the ICE department. That's the equivalent of an invasion. That's an equivalent of an act of war. And I guarantee you, if it would have been regular soldiers in Mexican uniforms, it would have been treated as an act of war. But yet, here we are. No one reacted. It looked like they just did it. Now, is that what we're going to let happen? Because I guarantee you, I guess I have to let it slide over there in Aurora, Colorado, because I'm not there. But right here where I live, and if I get a mob of people coming up to my house, want to take down my flag, want to kick in my door, I do have rights as a private property owner, as an American citizen, and as a human being. I have rights of self-defense, defense of my property and my family. Now, the people in Aurora, Colorado should have felt the same way. And I don't know why they stayed in their homes. You tell me there ain't no rednecks living in Aurora? Y'all going to just let Mexico invade ICE and you're just going to sit at home and eat your ice cream? Is that what's going on? Because I tell you what, we ain't very far from just being a part of Mexico then. Because what you going to do when the Mexican army come in? You're going to be more scared of them, ain't you? You little wussies. Just like the state police there. Y'all afraid of them? What are you going to do when the Mexicans show up with the uniforms on? What are you going to do then? Well, we just let the Army take care of it. And the Army says, well, shit, we ain't supposed to operate inside the domestic United States. Then the FBI says, oh, just let them come in. Is that what's going on? Now, I'm sorry, I don't want to insult your guys' manhood, but y'all pussies. Y'all pussies. You let an invading Mexican army run up the Mexican flag over Aurora, Colorado, whether it's at the ICE department, the post office, or a freaking bowling alley. They're flying a foreign national flag in your country. And because you're wearing your man bun, your skinny jeans, and you're smoking that illegal weed, you ain't going to mess with it. What are you going to do when they come for your women? What are you going to do when they come for your wife? Oh, then you're going to get on Twitter and say, hey, help me out here. They're taking my wife and daughter. Is that what's going on, wussy boy? Y'all ought to be ashamed. Shame, 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 shame. Shame on every damn man and gun-owning woman within 20 miles of Aurora, Colorado. Shame. Y'all terrible. Now, I know I've insulted your manhood. I know you're going to be mad at me. I just want you to think. You sitting over there in Aurora, looking over here in Kansas City, Missouri, talking about, look at Mexicans running in that guy's house. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd have shot them sons of bitches. I'd have beat their ass. They ain't never come and invade my town. I bet you that's what you'd say. But yet here we are. I got to shame you publicly on here. I got to shame you into being a man. Now, I ain't saying you got to hurt people, and I ain't saying to hunt nobody down. No. What I'm saying is if an invading freaking army is tearing down your nation's flag anywhere within the remote area of you should be in there defending our nation against invaders, period. And even if it was Antifa or another American citizens, you should stop the action. Be a man. Don't be no wussy boy. Don't be no man bun wearing skinny jean latte, drinking legal weed, smoking pussy. Get in there and get it. I'd protect your women. If I seen your women being taken, invaded with a flag being flown over them, I sure as hell would show up, and I guarantee that. But I can tell you ain't going to show up over here. I can tell we can count on not one man from Aurora coming down here to help none of us folks. I can tell. And I'm pretty sure that there's some military installations near that spot. And not one of you, even off duty, would show up. Shame. You know, when you're deployed, you're over in Iraq and around the world because of globalist assholes. You're missing your family. Do you think these Aurora pussies are going to protect your woman if a Mexican invasion goes over to the fort next? Your women in government housing with your children and your daughters, do you think these pussy boys are going to show up, protect the nation? Do you? Because I don't, because look what they just did to ICE. So how can you even deploy till you clean up this problem right here? You ought to go to your sergeant right now. You go to your sergeant and you tell them, how can we deploy? My woman and child, they're raising Mexican flags right over there in Aurora. We got mobs doing stuff they're not doing nothing about. I got to protect my family. I got to protect my youngins. I got to protect my woman. I got to protect my country. Y'all tell your sergeant that. You know, 50,000 of you soldiers told your sergeant that. All of a sudden, there'd be some Humvees parked in front of ICE, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Shame. Shame on y'all. I tell you what, if I see a woman down the street in distress, I help her, even if it's going to be detrimental to me. Even if the feller's a lot bigger than me, I just throw my stupid ass at the problem and try to defend a woman. But yet, the police in your state, I guess, don't see that as an issue. Now, I don't want to insult law enforcement. I don't want to insult state police, sheriff, county deputies, mall cops, military, special forces, National Guard. I don't want to insult you. I don't. But did any of you pussies show up over there in Aurora? Did you? Did you show up to protect anybody? Did you show up to say, hey, don't do that? That's the American flag. No, you didn't. But I'm over here in Kansas City area wondering, oh, holy crap. I thought we was a nation. We protect our properties, our flag, our government agencies. You know, ICE is doing the job. ICE is out there hitting the sticks every day. Over there, I guess they're catch people, human traffickers and stuff. They're not border patrol. But I tell you what, they're law enforcement. And I tell you what, I guarantee you some of them's protected some of your women in Aurora. That's had to have happened, right? So that ICE guy protecting your woman in Aurora, and then when they get invaded by Mexicans, what do you do? Oh no. Oh, well, you know, I got stuff to do. That's what happened. Shame. Shame. And you've broken my heart. You've hurt my spirit. because I always imagined that men everywhere were going to take care of other people's kin in trouble. And if they raise a Mexican flag over the police station, the post office, my social security office down the street, unemployment office down the street, if they're attacking it, I'm going to defend it. Now, I'm going to try to draw the police. Get anybody that'll listen, I'm calling them first. I'm calling everybody. I'm not no vigilante. I'm not someone that's going to just run out because I'm angry. No, I'm afraid for the neighborhood, for the women folk, for the children. Mobs are mobs, and they can get out of hand and stuff can go bad. Plus, they're raising a foreign country's flag. Right there should be a big red flag. Now, what the hell are they doing? And is this paid for by Mexico? Who's this paid for? Because they're running a flag up. You know, just a regular riot. You got some folks that have a riot and they break some windows and they're setting shit on fire, which is terrible. But that's not an invading army. That's citizens or non-citizens rioting, being lawless, causing trouble, which we don't like that either. But the police usually shut that. They go right there. They take care of it. But here in this instance, they're raising a foreign flag, being derogatory, tearing the American flag down. And I wish I could remember what it was called. Spray painting it and running it back up. Total, absolute disrespect. And the verge, it's just the verge of violence. That's the verge of violence. But you know what? We won't know because nobody showed up to tell them to stop. Or not enough folks showed up to tell them to stop. Or not the right folks showed up to tell them to stop. And I'm saying this right now, you little Army Rangers, you Delta Force guys, you Navy SEAL guys, you know, all the bad-ass military that I pay to train your ass to be my super warrior spear tip. Shame. Shame on you. Now, yeah, I'm sure you could take care of my ass, couldn't you? Yeah, I know. But you sure as hell didn't in Aurora. A ragtag bunch of Mexicans come in and run the American flag up the pole, and you wasn't there. And at least, you know, you can whip my ass, I'm sure. Very easy. But as you can see, I can take a hell of a beating. But y'all didn't even show up. What, there ain't no Navy SEAL cousin that lives near Aurora to call you? Army Ranger? I'm a Marine Navy supporter. So Army Ranger, I didn't expect to show up anyway. Show up with a tomahawk. Run like a little girl. Obviously some did because y'all wasn't there. Army Ranger drive by and, oh, look, Mexicans running the flag up at the ice. I ain't going over there. Shit, I might get a splinter. We'll just let the Navy SEALs take care of that. Right? Because you wasn't there. This is America. You know, my neighborhood, up the street, our post office, our mayor's house, city hall, all paid for by American taxpayers. Your badass jets, your badass Apache helicopters, your badass C-135s, which I love, man. It is a dump truck of the sky. That thing kicks ass. Love it. Love it. I want to jump out the back of one. That's how much I love the C-135. I want to jump out the back of one. We paid for every damn one of them things. Did any of them show up in Aurora? Damn. I mean, what is it? The Ghost Army? The Ghost Air Force? Ghost Marines? Now, I know, you know why I ain't talking about the Marines right now? I'll tell you why, because them some bitches will show up and kick my ass. That's why. I got a Marine recruiting office just up the street. And I say shame on you too, but I know y'all come whip my ass. You might want to think about that next time. You won't be mad at this redneck for calling Marine Corps pussy. Well, why don't you go take it out on them Mexicans invading Aurora, Colorado? Because that shameful event made me create this video. That shameful event made me call you out on the carpet. Now, yeah, sure, I could have drove up to Aurora, except I didn't know what was going on until it was done. But I don't get paid to do that. You do. You get paid to do that. And you stomp around and you show your tattoos. See that black dog right there? You show your tattoos. And I'm the big jarhead Marine. I'll kick you in a leather neck. I'll tear you up, right? I know you will. But you didn't in Aurora, Illinois, or Aurora, Colorado. Shame. I see a lot of ground pounders, jarheads, squids, and the stewardess services Air Force. See a lot of them stomping around, drinking whiskey and talking about how badass they are. You wasn't in Aurora, Colorado. Shame. I got this live going. We ain't had one viewer. I don't know if this is recorded or not. So maybe nobody see my rant. Maybe some Marines won't come kick my ass. But I tell you what, right before the Marines show up to whoop my ass, I'm going to look them in the fucking eye and I'm going to tell them you ain't no man because you let Aurora, Colorado happen. And now you might be able to whoop my ass, but at least I'm man enough to come on here and shame you. Shame the service in general. You didn't stop it. You didn't. The first shot was fired. Invading army came and run a flag up the poles. You wasn't there. All the spy satellites and nuclear rockets and space stations and shit. It didn't do no good. So now it might just be a flag, but it's an indicator of a bigger freaking problem. And the indicator is that there's a lot of people that hate America and hate the American way, and for some reason hate the American taxpayer and the government, which we completely 100% pay for, doesn't care. They wouldn't have their little bean counting job if it wasn't for American taxpayers. They wouldn't have their cool job of being the ICE if it wasn't for the American taxpayer. They wouldn't be senators. They wouldn't be congressmen. They wouldn't be judges. It wouldn't be any of them sons of bitches if it wasn't for the American taxpayer. Now, I hope taxpayers are watching, and I hope you're mad enough to be brave and make your own video, make your own live stream. And I didn't have any guests, so maybe nobody ever see this. But at least I was mad enough to get on here, spend part of my Saturday to shame the shit out of any motherfucker that carries a badge within 100 miles of Aurora, Colorado. You should have been there. And no matter what you say, you're going to carry the shame of not being there. And I'm going to make sure that a lot of us see the shame of you not being there. This is just an indicator, tip of the iceberg. This is just an isolated incident. But it's coming. They're getting bolder. Mexico's trying to make its move. They know they can't beat us in a war. So they have us take care of their welfare cases. They got great socialism down there. Ship their ass on up to America. Get them a house, get them medical, get them food, get them educated. And then they'll get jobs and they can send money down to Mexico. Take care of all us down here because we don't want to straighten out our own shit. We just want to send them on up to America. They got a great system going. And you guys with a badge, you don't care. You guys with a uniform, you don't care. Because I guarantee you, the people I know that was in the service would have probably died in that mob that day in Aurora, Colorado, because they'd have a hold of that flag and they'd be kicking ass in a 360-degree fire and fury. But I guess none of them guys was close enough, just like I wasn't close enough. I couldn't drive. I didn't know about it at the time. I'm 12 hours away. But I figured they'd have some men folk there in Colorado. I figured they'd have some men folk there in Aurora. You tell me there wasn't just one little short, fat, toothless redneck out there that loved America? Not even one. Shame. Shame on you.